Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Icytreat ice cream and frozen treat maker. Is this just another Ninja Creami knockoff or is it something completely different? We'll be able to unravel a little bit of that by seeing what's inside the box. So you ready? Let's get into this. This is the Icytreat ice cream and frozen treat maker. Looks oddly familiar, doesn't it? Here's the ice cream machine here. Good to know that there's one machine in the box because I would have never figured that out without them telling me. There are two storage modes, meaning you can leave it extended up just like this sitting on your countertop, or you can squish it down so it takes up less space. There's 3 pints included, which means you can freeze 3 different kinds of ice creams or treats or whatever at the same time. And just so you know, you can treat the whole family with cool ice, whatever the hell that means. Right here we can see some of the parts. We see ice, we see possibilities.
I see dead people.
Here is the integrated paddle, a little bit different style than the Ninja Creami. It's got a brushless DC motor in it, and if you don't know what that is, it tells you right here exactly what a brushless DC motor is. More efficient, more lifespan, and longer run times. You've got a full metal interior frame. That's good to know because a lot of these machines are made mostly out of plastic. Here's some directions on how to use the machine. Filling up your pint, freezing it for a day, transforming with the paddle, which is not what is being done in that picture, and enjoying a custom frozen treat with a sad picture of something that is just thrown together. Whatever. Back here we can see the machine in both of those height positions. This is fully extended and this is fully closed up. With the Ninja Creamis, the paddle and shaft ran up and down independently. With this machine, the entire upper portion of the machine goes up and down. So that's something different. The machine weighs about 15 pounds, uses 500 watts of power, and this particular machine is 120 volt. Sorry about the noise there, the chew crew is sawing logs, as you can hear. Yep. Looks like there's 12 different presets on the machine, and the operating volume is under 80 decibels. That'll be interesting to see how correct that is. Ninja Creamis blow your eardrums out. Okay, right here are all the programs the machine has. You can make gelato, light ice cream, regular ice cream, sorbets, frozen yogurts, Italian ice, slushies, icy chinos, which if you were at Starbucks, that would be called a frappuccino, frozen cocktails, and milkshakes. It says the package includes 3 of these pints, but the pints are 19 ounces. So it's more than a pint, it's a little bit more than 2 cups here by about 3 ounces. Let's get this box open. All right, let's see what we got here. Every scoop is made with love. Every moment is worth something. Every moment is worth celebrating. What is this thing? Basically, it's just a thank you card. Also on the back, it's got a little bit of support information here as well. Hopefully we don't need that. Okay, next we have our user manual. We got some cautions and warnings. We've got information about all the parts, proper use of the machine, and how to remove the different parts and stuff like that for cleaning. This will show you what all of the functions on the machine do. And we got a pretty extensive troubleshooting guide in the back here. Honestly, I'll probably never open this book again. Okay, we got our quick start guide, which is basically the same thing as the user guide, but the quick turbo version for impatient people like me. Looks like it's pretty easy to follow with arrows and stuff like that. And we're done with that. Finally, we got our Icytreat recipe book, and it looks like they really are going for copying Ninja because Ninja includes that with all their machines. Okay, we got different sections for no prep stuff, classic, protein ice creams, keto stuff, dairy-free stuff. Oh, this is pretty neat. Full color pictures here that are pretty high resolution, along with everything that you need for each one of these recipes, along with some pretty detailed instructions. These books are really cool. You can get a lot of the same information online, but I always recommend keeping these because you never know. You might be flipping through this and make some kind of ice cream that you never thought you'd like, and it would end up becoming one of your favorite things. So don't lose this book. And if you get one of these machines, definitely try to make as many of these as possible because you never know what you're gonna love. Okay, let's get this out. Looks like our pints. Oh, got handles on them. Well, I kind of dig these. Almost looks like a little measuring cup. Really cool design on these. Nice that you got a handle on here. Not that I would really honestly need there to be one here for what it is, but what the heck. You got measurements written on the side here in both milliliter and ounces. And you got a maximum fill line sitting on it right here. So when you pour your ingredients in there, just make sure you never fill past that. It's like ABS plastic. Okay, it looks like we have maybe another one of these pints right here. Gonna rip this off. Yep, identical. And what else do we got here? Comes with an ice cream scoop. Well, that's kind of fun. This product is not to be used in the dishwasher. Noted. What's in this little bag here? A little cleaning towel of some sort. Microfiber. Looks like now this is the whole rest of the machine. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Okay, here's our machine. What do we got in this little bag here first? Oh, these are the lids for the pints. They just kind of snap on like that. I like how they snap in from the inside. I think that's a little bit easier than what I'm used to. Okay, let's get this off of here. That's kind of cool looking. I'll tell you what, they certainly went all out to make sure this thing stays protected. And I'm looking at the surface of this. In the marketing material, it said it was stainless steel, but it really isn't stainless steel. Down here you got stainless, down here you got stainless, but they're just overlaid over plastic. In fact, you can see the plastic right there. That's a little bit of a bummer. This stuff up here is just stainless colored plastic up on top. I was kind of hoping this was a full stainless steel machine. I was really looking forward to that, but alas, I'm wrong. It's not the first time, and it's definitely not going to be the last time. Right here are instructions on how to use the machine, and they've made sure to put this sticker all over the front of it to make sure you read this thing first. The sticker is one of those vinyl stickers, which I like because it's going to be much easier to get this off without scratching your machine up. In fact, it just comes off real easy, just like that. I'll tell you what, this machine's pretty. But again, I don't know why these companies want to use that piano black material. Yes, it looks really pretty and it's shiny, but the piano black stuff, like I've mentioned before, is the same kind of piano black stuff that you get inside of your car on all your molding. And if you got that in your car, you know that it does nothing but collect fingerprints all day. Since this has a touchscreen on it, I'm going to say that that's going to be getting cleaned a lot. This is down in the locked position right now, and you can't move it out of this position unless you've got power to the machine. So I'm going to plug this in really quick. It'll also be a good opportunity to see if this machine actually works or not, isn't it? Nice long power cable on it too. Okay, we'll turn this on. See, we got our blinking power button. Let's try that and see what happens. And it's in the store position, so this button should bring it up. You can see as the paddle is coming up, the entire shaft of the machine is coming up too. Pretty neat. Okay, once that comes up, finally, which is 2 minutes or so for it to just extend that thing up. You have the option to either leave the machine extended like this when you're not using it, or send it back down to get it out of the way if you're going to put it in a cabinet or something like that. Probably I would want to just leave it extended all the time because that was a little bit annoying to wait that long. This thing's got suction cups on the bottom of it as well. That way, when you're running the machine, it doesn't start twisting on you. We got this lid locked into the top of our creamy pint. Let's pop that off and see what we're talking about here. Once you got that unlocked, you got your button right here that you can push, and that'll release this other pint. Otherwise, it's locked in there and you can't take it out. Pretty interesting design there. It's pretty sturdy, actually. It doesn't really move at all. So there's no outer bowl contraption that you have to put your pints into or anything like that. This is the actual pint that goes into your freezer. There's no extra stuff. So this design here is kind of sort of like a Ninja Creami Breeze. Ninja tried to do it almost this way briefly and ended up recalling that particular machine, so hopefully this thing doesn't follow that same fate. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Another thing about this machine is that you got a button right up here, and if you push that, this whole shaft comes off for cleaning.
What?
Well, hello. I think I like that a lot. That way you can clean this really good. You don't really have a risk of any ice cream or anything getting up inside your machine because this is way out of the way. Looks like this contraption right here is all one piece also, unless I'm missing something. One extra thing about this is you can use one of your silicone lids for your pints, and you can slap that on right over your blade to protect that. So number one, you don't scuff yourself with it, and number two, you're not dinging it on anything and bending it. Kind of fits on there a little bit wonky though. You look at the paddle design on this, and it's much different than the Ninja Creami one. The Creami one basically looks like these three inside pieces, except not so extravagant with these little cutting doodads on here. This ring portion on the outside is designed so if you are processing and it somehow hits the side of your pint, that's not going to gash the side of the plastic and send shavings down into your ice cream or anything like that. However, if this is spinning really fast, I wouldn't put it past it for that being able to happen anyway. Time will tell on that. Hopefully it's not an issue. I never had an issue with the Ninja Creamis doing that to me personally either, so I think I'll just keep my fingers crossed on that. Yeah, so far I'm liking this design. I really like this comes off to clean. So to put that back on, this probably just snaps right back in. Whoa, just like that. So this just sits here on that. You make your ice cream, freeze it, you take that back out of your freezer, put that in here, snap it in, push that down, and this top rotates and then locks in. Once it locks in, you can see that all these little options quit blinking because that means the machine's ready to use. Here's the different options that we have on the machine. I won't mention them all again because they were all written on the side of the box. I do like that you get a little bit of a graphical representation with them on the button as well. You've got a respin button, just like on a Ninja Creami. So this button is used if you process your ice cream and it comes out still looking a little bit on the crumbly side. You can run a quick respin and it'll just go through it really quickly once more, and most of the time it'll fix that right up. This is that lift storage button, which was the first button I pushed when I turned the machine on, and that was just to extend the thing out. Really, if you're leaving this out on your countertop, you're probably never going to use that button. One other feature on this machine is once you pick what you want to make, in my case I'm going to hit regular ice cream, then you have the option to either process the entire pint or just the top half. That's a feature directly lifted off of the Ninja Creami Deluxe. And it's definitely a feature that I appreciate because I use that all the time. And the only other two buttons on this are the power button and the start and stop button. We're going to measure it fully extended because that's the way it's probably going to be used most of the time. In fact, I'm going to take this out of here just to make it a little bit easier to get an accurate number. Alright, the width of the machine is about 7¼ inches. Back to front is just about 11 inches, but you got the power cord coming out of the back, so you're gonna have to leave a little bit of space back there so you can route that. And from bottom to the top of the machine, looks like it is 17¾ inches whenever this is fully extended. Unfortunately, I can't really show you ice cream results on this on the unboxing, just because we just got the machine and we haven't frozen anything in these pints yet, but I can show you how loud it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a full regular ice cream cycle, and I'm going to have my sound meter sitting right here so you can see exactly how loud this thing actually is. I don't want to block too much because I want you to be able to see what the machine looks like as it's operating. Hey, Joe's Phenomenal now has channel memberships. For most people, you can see a join button down below the video window that you can click and see what type of perks I'm offering. If you're using an iOS device, you might not be able to see it, and if that's the case, I do have a link down in the description of the video as well. This says the max was 78.9, but I never really saw it go above 70. The extra might have been from when I was talking. Anyway, the machine is pretty quiet. Pleasantly surprised. The Ninja Creami has been ruling the roost for ice cream makers for quite a while now. However, judging by what you get in the box and all the features included, the Icytreat ice cream and frozen treat maker could give it a run for its money. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be putting this thing to the test just to find out how good it really is. Once I have enough information, I'll be back with a full product review. If you'd like a little bit more information about the Icytreat ice cream and frozen treat maker, I do have an Amazon affiliate link for it down in the description of the video. If you buy anything through those links, I do make a small commission, but it doesn't change the price that you pay 1 cent. If you like this video and you like unboxings, you might like this video right here where I unbox the Ninja Creami Deluxe. I did that a while back, but the Icytreat ice cream maker is obviously modeling itself directly off of that machine. If you watch that video, you might get a little bit more insight as to what the differences are between those two machines. Well, that's it for now. I hope to see you back again here really soon, and until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.